Welcome, welcome, one and all. This is round 2 because I accidentally just deleted my voice recording. But I was only 4 minutes in, so that's alright. Let's see. Big news. We're getting smartphones in our mission, and I love you, elders.
Talk to you later.
Say hello to my family and friends.
Hey family, Walker family, it's Lawrence.
That,
See ya.
boy. But yeah, we're getting smartphones in our mission, and we've known, Elder Anderson and I have known for like 4 weeks now. Wow, it's a long time. During the first day of transfer planning, last transfer, we had barely gotten to the mission home, and we look, and we like walk into President's office, and we're about to start, and he gets a phone call from the MTC, and usually when that happens, it means somebody like didn't get their visa, or they're just not coming or something. And so he gets it and he answers it like no big deal. Then all of a sudden the guy's talking pretty loud. He's just like, yeah, we're gonna roll smartphones out in your mission. And then President's eyes just get big, and he looks at us, and our eyes get big, and we're like, how is this gonna work out? So for the past 4 weeks we've been keeping a secret from our whole mission and the whole world that we're getting smartphones. So, and nobody found out except Sister Hermana Bastion just heard me, so now she knows. Just kidding. She already knew about it.
Found out at Walmart.
Some elders were looking at phones at Walmart because they read President's email today, and so they're already really excited about getting their phones. But yeah, we've had lots of secret meetings to plan out smartphone stuff, and it's been like Mission Impossible. But now everybody knows, so it's not really Mission Impossible anymore. But we took some trainings on smartphones, and it's been really cool. And I'm really excited to develop good habits with smartphones and technology. There are a lot of promises from apostles and different leaders of the church that we'll learn better habits that will affect the rest of our life as we're using this technology. So that's pretty cool. And even better is, since I go home, I don't want to say it, but kind of soon, I don't have to buy a phone. I get a loaner phone from the church, and that's pretty cool. So it's going to be like the ultimate test run of a phone to see if I like these phones we're getting. We're not allowed to have iPhones, so we're getting Samsung Galaxies, just different series of those phones. So yeah, that'll be sweet. But update on the work. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what I talked about in my last one, but then I deleted it. We're on exchanges on Saturday, and Elder Walters and I, backstory, Elder Walters was in the Mexico MTC with me, and we lived in the same apartment, and it's taken us like almost 18 months to sleep in the same apartment again after the MTC. But it was really fun. I was on exchange with him, so we had a lot of good memories to talk about from the MTC, and we ended up talking to two really interesting guys. One guy's name was Steve, and he would like build up the church. Like, yeah, I love how your church is so family oriented, and how like you make people feel so comfortable at church and things like that. But I don't know, I'm not interested. Like, go ahead. And then we talked to him for a little bit, and then he builds up. He's like, yeah, the Book of Mormon, it's probably got enough truth in it to be a good book, but I'm not interested. And he would just keep building it up and then tearing it down and building it up and tearing it down. And then he talked about his story, like when Jesus saved him and he prayed and he felt like overwhelming joy. He kept saying, I felt like my heart was going to stop because it's beating so fast. And so he explained, we read some scriptures in the Book of Mormon about that, and just how when something's good, like you feel good, and it's like, yeah, that makes sense. And by the end of it, he was still like building up the church and then like tearing it down, and finally he's like, okay guys, I'll tell you what, I'll read in the Book of Mormon, okay? It's like, nice, mission accomplished. And then the very next door, we talked to a guy named Pete, and Pete is a tattoo artist. Pete was pretty interesting. We kept trying to ask him about his tattoos. Like, what's your favorite piece you've ever done? He's just, I can't say that, because then all my artwork becomes biased and it changes and I'm not as good anymore. I'm like, oh, well, what? And then we're asking all these questions, and he was trying very hard to stay neutral. somebody started asking him about religion. He's like, oh, I can't really go and get into religion because then that'll affect my artwork and it'll become biased. So I can't do that. And it's just kind of interesting. He was just so focused on his work that he's not really into anything else besides his work, or else it'll change his artwork. So, I don't know, it was really interesting, but he accepted he'd read in the Book of Mormon as well. So, mission accomplished. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else happened this week. We had pizza on Saturday night. And, oh, jeez. Man. Sister Libert made us like 6 pizzas. Like, handmade pizzas. Oh, jeez. Ed Anderson shot a rubber band at me. And one of them was a dessert pizza, but we were running out of time, so we couldn't eat it. And then yesterday at church, he's like, yeah, come over and eat it, or come over and get it so you can have your dessert pizza. And then we totally forgot, so that was kind of brutal. And I feel kind of bad. But we got pizza that night, and then last night we had a full Thanksgiving dinner with the Zambranos. And a shout out to my older brother Eric, Brother Zambranos from Ecuador. And so every time I talk with him, he asks about your mission. And I don't remember much about your mission, but I keep telling him the things that I do remember. And it makes him really happy. So that's pretty cool. Brother Zambrano is also a model. He's 50, almost 50. And he looks like he's 25. And he was showing us some of his model pictures from like 10 years ago, and he looks the exact same. It's crazy. So, yeah, Brother Zambrano's sweet. And he's got some killer style. Oh, we also had dinner with the Mongolese again. The Samoan family, not the Tongan family. The Samoan family. And we had tinfoil dinners. And holy cow, they were so good. There was just a massive amount of steak and potatoes, and I can't remember what else was in it, but then Brother Mongole brings it in, and it's like super hot, but he's just grabbing it, no big deal. It's like, yeah, this is hot, and just like slowly puts it down on our plate. And then we like unfold it, and all this heavenly steam comes out, and it smells amazing, and then we put just a bunch of different stuff on it, and we ate to our heart's content. And then we had cupcakes at the end with little cookies in the middle, and I definitely overate, but it's okay because it made me happy. But yeah, it was sweet. And then Caleb, the Mongolese son, he took a Polaroid picture, and it was pretty sweet. They make us wear bibs at their house so we don't spill on our white shirts. And so he took a Polaroid of us, and then he gave it to me. So now I have a Polaroid in my journal of Elder Anderson, Elder Chittister, and Elder Delaney and I wearing bibs. So that was sweet. Yeah, it's a pretty good week. I can't really think of anything else that happened because my mind's jello right now. We just had another hour-long meeting about smartphones. Yeah, somebody gave us banana bread in a bottle. Elder Anderson tried to cut it out. It took him about 10 minutes to figure out how to cut the bread out of the bottle. But it worked out. And the banana bread was pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I love you guys. Bye.